everybody. It is 7 o'clock on the nose on April 15th, tax day. I hope everybody got their taxes done. Say hello if you're here, so I know to acknowledge you. I hope you had plenty of time to get your materials cut. So, like I said, say hello so I know who's here. Okay, so let's review the materials real quick. As you probably figured out, I am using Latte Love again. I just love this set. I have had to, I don't know, had to have been 25 cards so far that I've made with this set. I just love it. So I'm going to do another one tonight. This may be my last one with that stamp set because I got my new stuff in yesterday, all my new toys. So I'm going to use one of the other sets, start using the new ones. Okay, so materials are cut a base, 5.5 by 8.5, and then you're scoring it on the 8.5 side at 3/4, 3.5, and 4 1/4. This is going to be a fun fold card. To get a second piece of the same color you're using, cut at 3/4 and 5 1/4. Coordinating DSP 4 1/4 by 5 1/4, and another piece at 3/4 of an inch and 5 1/4. White or very vanilla cardstock for the inside, 4 by 5 1/4. Choose 2 images. Each should be about 2 inches, give or take. Scrap white or very vanilla cardstock for your sentiment. Coordinating ribbon. Glue, dimensionals, glue dots, tape runner, or tear and tape. Stamp set or sets for your sentiments and your greetings and your image. And coordinating inks and embellishment. Okay, let's get started. Oh, and by the way, I'm Michelle from now Shelly's Craft Cottage. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Aiken, South Carolina. And if you're looking for a demonstrator, I'd be glad to be your demonstrator. And if you're looking to I would love to have you join my team. And if you're looking to purchase products, I can do that for you. Okay, so it says fold and burnish your base. Now don't get crazy. The only one I want you to do is the part that's at 4 1/4. The rest of them, just bend them. You know, don't worry about burnishing them, because we're going to do a little bit more of that later on. Okay? So we've got our card, and we're going to take the 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 DSP and attach it to the top here. Now the best way to do it is to close the card completely, and it's the exact size of the cardstock going this way, okay? This way I've left a little bit of a line. I saw this card done with a totally different set. It was an older set. I guess this has been around a little while. I hadn't seen it. So when I saw the fun fold, I thought, oh my God, that's adorable. And I had somebody who wanted a Mother's Day card. So I made it for a class last Monday, and then after making it for that class, I was like, oh my God, I got to do the Latte Love set with that. Okay, so we're going to glue this together. Anybody here yet? Okay, I'm going to leave a border on each side, but I'm going to make it, but it goes even flush, top to bottom. Okay. Did everybody have a nice weekend? I was away. I didn't get home till Saturday. My husband and I decided to make a little trip to Florida. So we left Wednesday and stayed in a hotel the first night, and then the second and third night we stayed at different friends' house. First night we stayed in Leesville, Florida, and did a bunch of stuff with the friends. The husband was a childhood friend of my husband, and they used to play in bands together through the years, different bands. So it was lots of reminiscing going on. And then we stayed with friends that used to be our neighbors for one night. Okay, so now you're going to open it and you're going to bend it again. But don't put too much pressure on it. We want to make sure the glue is dry. Okay, so I just wanted you to put that aside for now. Okay, that's the end of clue number 1. And here is clue number 2. Clue number 2 says take the 3/4 inch cardstock and adhere the 3/4 inch DSP. Now they're exactly the same size, so just line them up and glue them. Okay. Okay. I don't know about the rest of you, but it's sure starting to get hot real quick. Today was 86. I think summer's coming really fast. Okay, so I'm going to do this side. Okay. You're going to run, as it says here, you're going to run a strip of tape runner on the back of this strip. Okay. And I didn't get it at the beginning here, so let's go back. Okay. Now you're going to take your ribbon, coordinating ribbon, and you're going to run it on the back. If you've got one-sided ribbon, run it on the back so that your dots, in my case, will be on the front. I need to move that a little bit. You want to have enough to do a faux knot, okay? So run it and make sure you've got enough to make a faux bow. Scissors, when I put my scissors in there. Okay. So I'm going to make my faux bow over to the left, just a little past center. Now when you've got one-sided ribbon, you have to manipulate the ribbon a little bit so that you can get the dots on the right side. Now this ribbon here is very stiff, so I have a hard time getting it. So I'm going to flip this so that when I'm done, I will have my dots on the front. Okay, I may have cut this just a hair too short. Okay. All right. Stuff is so stiff. There we go. I've got to, in my case, I've got to pull it really tight to get that. And I frayed it a little bit. Okay. Okay, and then make sure it's not buckling up the ribbon. I mean the card piece. Okay. Lena, are you there? I don't see you. Okay, so that's that piece. And then we're going to set this aside as well. Okay? And that is clue number 2. Okay, so the next step says to stamp and die cut or fussy cut 2 images. Oh, I'm not using this one. In my case, I am going to stamp this coffee cup. And I am going to die cut the other pieces, so I'll show you that in a minute. So that's going to be inside. This is for my stamping. So I am going to, hi Lena, glad you're here. Is Nancy here? I don't see Nancy. I am going to color this after I stamp it. And then there's dies so that we can cut this out. We don't have to fussy cut. There we go. So while we were in Florida, we had a little bit of time to kill because one of our plans fell through. So we went and looked at a RV store, dealership, and found an RV that we wanted. So we're going to have to go back to Florida to pick it up when it's ready. Luckily, it's only about 6.5 hours, so that's not too bad. Okay, so this paper is Calypso Coral. So I am going to color this starting with a light. And I don't know if I've talked about before how I color. I color in circles because what I want to have happen, and I don't like purposefully color everything in. Because when you color in circles, you end up with little spaces of white here and there. And that's how you can get depth. And we'll see this in a little bit. Don't try to completely cover your surface. Leave little pieces of white here and there, so it gives you more depth. And you'll see in a minute how that works. Okay, so then I'm going to take my dark one and I'm going to color this right here and this down here. Okay, then I'm going to go over my lines and just cover all your dark lines that you want to have depth on. Okay, then you go back to your light one. Now you color. And what you're doing is you're blending that darker color in with the lighter one that you did first. And now you're going to go over any white spots, and that's how you get extra depth in your coloring. Because now the pieces that are white are just getting the first layer, right? Where the ones that were fully colored is now getting a second layer blended with that darker color. And that's how we get more depth. So when you're coloring, don't worry about getting every little piece of white, because when you do it the second time, that's when you pick it up, and that's when you get a little bit more dimension. All right, does that make sense? Okay. I think I'm going to do just a little bit more because I like it a little bit darker. There we go. Okay. Now I know I forgot that the brown marker, so let me run and get that. Got to have our coffee color in there, right? So I'm using dark pecan pie. It look like maybe hazelnut or something. Kind of rushing, so now I'm making a mess here. There we go. So I'm going to darken in a few spots with this one color. Okay, that takes care of that. So I'm going to cut that out. Got my little mini over here. And I'm just going to cut this. Okay, I got them out here, so I don't have to. Let me turn this while I do this. So this is what's nice about having a mini. You don't have to lug the big machine over. You can just do the little ones on here. Okay. And then these have to be staggered in order for it to work. I'll use this again in a minute, but let me get this part done. Take my tape off. Here's my cup of coffee. Okay. And then the other piece that I'm doing for my second image, I decided I wanted to do the little coffee cup. Coffee pot. So that would be a piece of the dark espresso. And then I'm using this for that and the espresso for that. And then this gets cut out when you run it through. And then I'm going to rerun it through with this here so I can get a swirly look for inside there. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to take a piece of this off so I can try to put them both on together, save myself a little time. Okay, so you should be working on what you're going to put as an image. Okay, so I'm going to put this on for the handle, and where'd it go? I'll take this off as well. And then put this one over here. When I first made the coffee pot, I made, I want to switch these because this is the blade. This is the one that gets all messed up from being cut on, and I'm trying to keep this one a little bit neater looking. So this is going to be, when I first made it, I made them both the same color and you couldn't see where the handle was. So I switched it and put some early espresso in there. Okay, I'm right-handed, so I gotta go this way. Okay. Okay, so here is the coffee pot. And here's the handle. I have to poke it out. Okay. Now I'm going to run that through one more time so I can get a little bit of this swirl to put in the coffee pot. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No, there was a separate die for that. Yes, because this is getting the same pot. Well, let me find that. There was a separate die. Here it is. This is so we can do the coffee. Okay, so let me run that. Let me run that back through. Probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm not buffering tonight, which is amazing. Okay, so that gives me like my little, for the pot. I'll show you that in a second. I think that's it for that. So it says cut matching pieces for the back. Oh yeah, if you're coloring, cut another white one to go on the back of it so it doesn't show. So you get a second one. So I'm going to run this through one more time with the coffee pot, with the coffee cup, so that I can put a white thing on the back, because when this is going to stand up and people are going to be able to see the back side of this, and I didn't want it to show from the back. Yeah. So I'm going to run that coffee cup back through the machine one more time with the coffee cup. Come on. Now, if you didn't color yours, if you just did an image out of the paper or something like that, then you don't need to do this step. Okay, but I did because it shows, you know, the back shows your coloring. So I'm going to just put this on here. Plus, it makes it just a little bit more sturdy. So it says glue the matching pieces to the back of your images. I don't have to do it to the coffee pot because I cut those all out, those images, so I don't, when you're going to stamp and color, it's important to do that. See? Now I got a clean back. Okay. And that's the end of number 3. Number 4 says, stamp a sentiment or an image on a so on the inside, what's going to go inside, this is going to go on the inside here. So stamp your sentiment or an image or whatever you'd like. In my case, I decided to put one of these inside. And what I did was I took one that was on the edge here and used that. So I'll cut this out and I'll show you what I mean. So I just fussy cut around this coffee cup. Did everybody get their catalog yet? I didn't, which makes me disappointed. But I did see a digital copy of it, so I've seen, you know, the contents. I don't like pointy corners there, so I'm going to try to cut that. Easier said than done. Here we go. Got some really nice stamp sets. I love the new colors. The new colors are just awesome. So this is what I'm going to do on on the inside, which says stamp a sentiment or an image, and then you're going to glue it to the center. So I'm just going to add this to the side here like that. Great way to use up the ones that you can't use, you know. So I'm just going to put some glue here and just add it right here. Make it look like it's behind there. Okay? And then I'm going to glue this center and attach inside the card. Okay? I'm going to glue that here after I center it. Okay. Just a little bit more. So yeah, we had a fun time visiting friends. One set of friends, we haven't seen them in, oh gosh, I can't even, probably 15 or 20 years. And then the other couple, we haven't seen them since we moved south, which is about 11 years. Actually, they did stop by one time when they were going to Florida, because they lived in our neighborhood, and then they moved, then we moved, and then they moved to Florida. And one time when they were going back home or returning from being in Connecticut, they stopped by. So I would say we probably hadn't seen them maybe in 8 years. We've been in touch over the phone and texting and that kind of stuff. So there, that goes like that. Actually, I shouldn't have put that low, but okay. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5, attach dimensionals along the bottom of that 3/4 inch strip. So you're going to, and you want to put quite a few. Don't be too cheesy on this, because this is going to have a little bit of pressure on it. So you want to make sure that you get, and so I'm going to go off to the side every once in a while, and you want to make sure to have a lot of these, because when you see the final card, you'll understand why I'm doing this. Okay, so that'll hold the middle one through the middle. Now I'm just going to go back to them doing it straight, but you want to put plenty. Okay, so these 3 are going to help hold the ribbon. And now we're going to attach to the bottom of the inside of the card a line with the white or very vanilla. So it's going to fit side to side like this on that white strip. Okay. See why I said I should have waited to put that in there? Because I put it too low, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't understand why we haven't gotten our catalogs yet. I purchased a box of 8, and that came in while we were in Florida. But my personal catalog has not come in yet. So I'm a little miffed. Okay, so align that with the white at the bottom here. Okay, and press down really good. So now that's what the inside of your card looks like. Looks good. Okay, so that's the end of clue number 5. Clue number 6. Stamp a sentiment and die cut or fussy cut it out for the front of the card. So we're going to put a sentiment here. So this is my piece that I am going to use. And I'm going to use early espresso because there's early espresso in these papers. So that's why I'm using this color. And that's the good thing about Stampin' Up. Everything can coordinate. The papers, the inks, the DSP, all of that. And I chose to use Hello There. I'm going to do that on here. done with these. I can move those out of the way. Put this back over here. Okay. So I am going to stamp my sentiment. Oops. On here. I'm going to leave space around the edges so I can cut it out. I dropped my chamois box. Okay. It says, hello there. Let's catch up. Put my stamp off. I'll tell you, this stamp has gotten a lot of use. I'll put it right here for now. I'm going to go get a die to cut this out. I will be right back. Okay, I didn't stamp that very straight, so now I'm going to have to jiggle it around here. Try to get it straight. Okay. Okay, let me put that down. Piece of tape on it so it doesn't move. Did I stop the live? Am I still live, you guys? It looks like it's not doing anything. Okay. We're going. You are still frozen. Am I still frozen now? Now it's working again, right? Okay. So there is my... I am going to wait to put this... Oh, frozen again? There we go. I'm going to wait to put this on after. So I'm going to set this aside for now. Because I want to wait till I put everything together. Because it's kind of hard to see it until you put everything together. I know I put that on there, but let's wait on that piece, okay? Okay, add dimensionals to the very bottom of the two images. Okay, so first let's fold this a little bit more. Now that the ink is the glue is dried, now we can do this. Okay, so the next step is to put the two images, and I got a mess here. These are the two images I'm going to put on here, and I got to put them together. So let me glue this one together because I didn't finish this piece. Yeah, this is gonna work great. Yeah, let me think about how that worked. Oh, I put it on the wrong side. That's why I'm having a hard time here. Got this on the back side by accident. I can fix that later. No, that is the right side. The spout goes to my right. Oh, that I tore it apart. So this should go right here. Oh, they're backwards. I got it backwards. I'm trying to figure out why this is not working. Okay, so mine is going to go like this. Okay. I'm going to glue that on there. The handle is free, so I don't have to glue the whole thing, but I'm going to line this at the top. A little bit too much glue. And back this up so slightly there. That's how it goes. Okay, so these are my two pieces. So now you want to put dimensionals, add dimensionals to the very bottom of your two images. So I did use big ones, but I put it like right on the edge. See how I've got it right on the edge there? You have a little bit of play in our little lid here, but not a ton. Okay. How's yours coming, Lena? Can't wait to see them when they're done. I would just love to see the variations. Okay, so this doesn't have a very broad base, so I'm not going to put more than just two. Okay. Now this is where this goes, on this edge. And you don't want to put it at the very bottom, because then it'll be behind. Let me show you this way. It's going to tuck behind that little strip there. So you don't want to put it way down, but you want to put it down a good amount. Okay? Most of the way down. Just leave it a little sliver at the bottom. I think this fun fold is the cutest I've seen in a while. And then on this one, I'm going to do it, pretend like it's pouring. Good, just right. And it goes like that. Isn't that cute? There. Okay, now let's say next. Attach these as desired on the front fold. That's clue number 7. And now we're going to attach our sentiment. Okay, so now we see what we've got going on here. We know, because if we had done it first and decided to put it over here, it would throw things off. So once those are on, you can attach your sentiment. So I'm just going to put one in each corner and one in the center. I don't like it when my sentiments buckle, bow down because I didn't put something in the middle, so I always put something in the middle. Mine is awful. I put paper on the wrong side, then you froze, so I will watch the replay and make a new card. I'm sorry, Lena. One of those days, huh? So I'm going to take this off here so I can lay it flat, and I'm going to put it like, here's my fold, so I want to kind of keep it right about here, and then look at it to make sure it's straight. Okay? And there. what it will look like once you fold it up. See that? Okay, it says embellish as desired. I used, I know I just had them here, the ones that went with that set. Oh, geez, they're right here. I used the darker ones. And I might do a little different this time. So I think I'll use the lighter ones this time. And I decided to put on my other one to do it in a row, but I think this time I'm going to do it a little bit different because I don't have as much space on my tag. I'm going to put 2 here. Put 2 there and 1 up there. Okay. And then fold your card top so they can tuck in behind that 3/4 inch. Behind that 3/4 inch strip. And that's what you get for your card. When you want to open it. And then when you want to mail it, you're going to fold it flat like that. Okay? So this will be a little bulky in the mail. Hopefully you've got a coffee drinking friend nearby that will, okay. So now your fun fold card is complete. Take a picture of it and post it on the post that lists the materials on Shelly's Craft Cottage for this live and under comments on Shelly's Craft Cottage. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you, Lena, very much. This was excuse me. This was mystery card event number 17. I didn't have one last week because of Quilt Guild. So we're back today. And there's a possibility, there might be a possibility I can't do it next week because we might have to go down to Florida to pick up our RV. So, but I will post. If you see my posting saying, you know, join me, here's the materials, you know that I'm going to be doing it. And I hope to see you next time on April 22nd at 7 p.m. And always remember, life is better when you're crafting. And there are no mistakes, just unique creations. Okay, everybody, thank you again. Love having you all here with me. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.